Hi, welcome to my home. I'm Anita. Today we're going to be doing some quick recipes, something that you can do just on the spur of the moment when you have no time whatsoever. Sometimes I just don't feel like cooking, and when I don't feel like cooking, there's certain things that I keep in my freezer all the time so that I can just run to the freezer, grab it out, and throw it together. 15 minutes, it's from out of the freezer and onto the table ready to eat. 15 minutes and you're done. You know, people have really busy schedules, and this is the greatest recipe. Today we're going to be making chicken quesadillas. So let's get started. I'm going to get everything out of my freezer. This is stuff that I keep frozen in my freezer all the time. I keep flour tortillas, and when you open them up, even though they're frozen, they thaw quite quickly. And for each person you're going to use 2 tortillas. I also keep in my freezer chopped up cooked chicken. Whenever I cook chicken for a regular recipe, I usually cook extra so that I can chop it up automatically and put it right into the freezer, and I know it's there and ready, and it just stays chunked up. Cheese is another thing that I keep in the freezer, shredded cheese. There's just so many uses for it, and it keeps just forever. So I'm going to start out with my cheese, put some on my tortilla. This is probably about a little better than half a cup. You notice there's no measuring in this. Okay, we're going to take our chopped up cooked chicken breast, spread that on. Now when I say this is quick, this is quick. Now you can add other stuff if you want to. If you want to put onions on, you can. Alright, we're going to put a few jalapeno peppers on. Now if you don't like jalapeno peppers, you can forego them. Or you can chop them up if you just want a little bit of that flavor in there. It does give it a really nice zippy flavor to it. And this is the other thing that I keep in the refrigerator. It's real bacon. We're going to put about, a couple of teaspoons on there. I'll put a little more cheese on the top just to get it so that it all adheres together. Put our lid on, and it's ready to go in the oven. Now what was that, maybe 2.5 minutes? The oven's already preheated to about 375, 400 degrees. So while that's cooking for about 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to make my famous hot sauce that everybody always asks me for my recipe for. Okay? We're going to start with the large can of tomatoes. Now if you're not a big hot sauce eater, use a smaller can, and you'll have to adjust a little bit less onion. But we're going to drain the juice out of these. Are whole tomatoes in here, and we're going to use 1 onion. And I usually use about a medium-sized onion. And we're just going to take and quarter it up. A friend of ours asked for this recipe from me, and I said, well, you have to have a food processor. He said, well, I don't have one. I said, well, that's the first part of the recipe. You have to buy a food processor. All right, I'm just going to take the quartered onions, put it in my food processor. I'll pull some jalapenos out. Oh, that's probably 6 or 7 in there. Put a little juice in there. And we're going to chop that up real fine. So now we're going to add our tomatoes just out of the can. And I'm going to add some garlic. This is just plain granulated garlic. And you have to do this to taste till you get it the way you like. This is Chinese red pepper. It's extremely hot. You could substitute cayenne pepper. And I'm just going to put a little bit of salt. The reason I don't buy garlic salt is cheaper to buy just granulated garlic and mix it yourself, because then you can get the quantities you want. So I'm just going to process that together until those are nice and chopped up. And then I'm going to mix it back in with what I've already drained out. And you can taste it from here and add some more seasoning if you need to, if it needs to be hotter. And if you like your hot sauce or your dipping sauce for your chips, if you like it not as soupy as this, you can leave the rest of that sauce out of there. You don't have to add that rest of that tomato juice into that. So that's ready to go. You can use green onions in there if you want to. Just, I caution you not to use too much onion, because then it's just got a real strong onion flavor to it. So that's ready. Going to open the oven real quick and check the chicken quesadilla to see that it's browning on the top, and it's just about done, and it's been in there about 5 minutes now. And we're going to make some guacamole. This is not normally something that I have in the house, but I thought I would show you real quick how to do real quick guacamole. You want to get a nice soft avocado. If it's hard, you're never going to get guacamole out of it. It needs to be nice and soft. You just cut it in half and peel away your skin. Take your pit out. Some people say if you leave the pit in it until you're ready to use it, the avocados won't turn black. But we're going to use a little bit of lemon juice. And this is fresh lemon, but you can use lemon juice out of the jar, is fine. So I just squeezed about a half a lemon in there. And I'm going to take and I'm going to mash it up. Now, I think I'm going to cut these up just a little bit more. Put them in a bowl that's not slippery. I'm going to check my chicken quesadilla so that it doesn't burn in the meantime. And I'm going to go ahead and take it out because it's ready. You know that it's ready when it's nice and brown on top and it's just gotten to that crisp stage. Okay, and let me finish up the guacamole. Alright, I'm going to use just a regular old potato masher and just mash these up real good. And you just want it to have a good mushy consistency. Okay, and I'm going to take some of the hot sauce and mix it in there. And that is ready to go. Now the canned tomatoes and the chicken and the tortillas and the cheese is everything that you can keep in your house ready at a moment's notice. Now the avocado is going to be something you would have to think about ahead of time. So let's get this put on a plate and serve it up. Okay, we're ready for our meal to be put on the plate. And all I'm going to do, I just took it off and put it on my cutting board. And I'm just going to cut it up. This does stay hot for quite a while. And you could serve lettuce with this, some fresh tomato if you like. Put a little hot sauce on there. And you've got a meal all ready. Now that didn't take long, did it? Alright, just to recap what we did, we took just right straight out of the freezer, we took flour tortillas, cheese, and some already pre-cooked chicken that I had done maybe a week ago, had cooked and chopped up and stuck in the freezer, and you can just grab out just however much you need. I usually serve one big tortilla per person, so if there's 4 of us I may use 8 tortillas. And this is stuff that you can keep in your freezer all the time, and it's ready at a moment's notice. If you have people dropping in, it makes a great hors d'oeuvre just to throw something together, and it's ready in just minutes. We did the hot sauce, which is just very easy, good dipping sauce for your hard chips to eat, and some guacamole. I'd like to thank everybody who has commented about the show. We've had a great response, and I really, really want to thank you for all of the wonderful comments that you've given to me. I want to thank Dick for sending me my meat pounder. After the last show, he thought I really needed one instead of using my rolling pin. So now I have the right tool for the right job. So keep your cards and letters coming. I really appreciate it. And at the end, we will have the recipes up. And thank you for joining us.